she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. That's the right song. That's the right song to be singing when I already made a possibly in bad taste joke in the title about the Queen being gone. She's a man-eater. I don't know if she was or not, though. That's not an accusation. Hey, Sarah's here, and Corey and Wolverine. Willie's in, and Lix is here, Zuchan. Indo, and Duskfang. Mortem's here, Ajaran. Very base of you, Curtis Lix says. I don't know what's wrong with me today, Lix. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me any day, but listen, the way I look at it, the lady was 96. She got everything out of life. She didn't get shortchanged or anything. I just remember, I'm 60, and I can remember being a kid and seeing the Queen of England and going, oh, she's old. So holy shit, she did just fine. Oh, glad to have you, Bear. Glad you joined up with us. Bear the Poet's in. Chrome says, oh, nice. My magic smart flip phone gives me notifications consistently. Nice. Yeah, it's funny. Well, you guys know, it's odd how, I can't say my sense of humor has changed. My performance sense of humor has changed. I'm always going to like perverted jokes. I'm always going to like jokes that a lot of people would consider in bad taste. You guys know that. We tell jokes here all the time, and you see what makes me laugh. But especially with putting stand-up together again, now I've gotten to a point when I'm performing, I prefer talking about stuff like, things that I've experienced in life and family and funny things that have happened along the way. I think that's just maybe because I'm an old fart. So I guess people don't see as often from me now. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that I'm demented right to the core, but don't see that side of my sense of humor that so much. And that's what popped into my head when I was putting the title out there. And I'm like, yeah, let's go with it. Those who don't realize I'm a little messed up will find out. Yeah. Sharon says she was still there at the height of the British Empire and its end. Yeah, like I say, she most definitely didn't get cheated. 96 years, she didn't get cheated out of anything. Luke says, you come to me in my time of coup. There's an empty throne and I'm adamant on claiming it before that probably a pedo Charles can. Well, Felix, probably a pedo Charles. Oh, Wolverine. Did the Queen die via orgy get wrecked like Diana? Oh. Yeah, Fortero. Yeah, you're not wrong. Harry says, I'm from the UK and it's honestly pretty weird over here. Things are generally the same, but with little bizarre changes. Charles is now instantly king and all the anthems and titles have changed. Oh, really? See, I don't know. I didn't know what the, Harry, I don't know what the extent of, a changing of the monarchy. I don't know what that entails. So that changes. Is that what they were talking about? I didn't even catch all of it. I know somebody on social media, I saw something was saying something about pronouns changing in the national anthem or something. Is that what they were talking about? Johnny, 96 years of unimaginable riches isn't bad to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, she, no matter what else is said, and whether you were a supporter or a detractor, she had plenty of detractors too. I don't really know that much about her. She didn't get cheated out of life. There's no, when you live 96 years and, as Johnny says, in unimaginable riches, I will say this, I have no skin in the game over there in Britain, of course, as far as my tax dollars or anything. If we had a monarchy here in America, I would not like it. I would not like my tax dollars going to, I'm not enough of a traditionalist, I guess. Times change, and I would be like, no, put that in the back seat back in the days when monarchy belonged and give me back my goddamn tax money. Or put my tax money to fixing the roads or some shit. Oh, okay. Rover says, changing of the monarchy will change the national anthem to God Save the King. Well, that makes sense. Coins and notes will change to have his face on them, and the emblem of the military will change to the king's crown. I didn't know there was that. Wow. I didn't realize there were that many changes. No kidding. It's actually kind of cool. Chrome says that apparently Irish TikTokers went outside the palace and started dance celebrating the Queen's death. Some people were just discussing, yeah, that's extreme. I understand, the issues between Ireland and England, but that's fucked up. Yeah, I agree with you there, Chrome. That's there's no need for that. Bear the Poet says, you ever notice that Jurassic Park and Final Destination have opposite messages? JP says, life will find a way. FD says, death will find a way. yeah, you're not wrong. I hadn't thought about that, but you're certainly not wrong. Rover says they also play nothing but sad music on radios for a few days, and the country goes into a state of national mourning where formal events, including sports, get canceled until the state funeral. Really? Wow. I didn't realize it was, I understand the monarchy in England and its importance, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think in modern times, it had that much ripple effect. Wow. That's pretty good, Josh. Josh says, hey, Curtis, I know you're Mangekyo Sharingan power. Sasuke has Susanoo. You have Susan. No. I wish Susan listened to me when I said no. She was trying to touch me. Glenn says, damn, this title is so true. I just got done watching the Queen's Thanksgiving memorial service thing. Yeah, like I say, I don't, not to give anybody the wrong impression, I just find humor in all sorts of places that maybe aren't appropriate. I have nothing against the Queen. I don't know enough of her history. I know, again, she has plenty of detractors. As Chrome brought up, I'm not one for dancing on graves. At least I haven't been to this point. I guess it could happen. Somebody could die. But I don't have, as much as I can't stand certain people in the political arena and the influences they've had on our country, there's nobody who I would feel like celebrating their death. There's plenty of politicians when they go, I'll be like, all right, that's cool. It's time. But that's something I would keep to myself anyway. Solara says, I feel bad for the royal family. I never much cared for the Queen, but hearing the news constantly bring up, in today's news, the Queen still hasn't recovered and is thus still dead. Must be bad. Yeah. I hadn't thought of it from that perspective. We think of people, I think Solaris, all of us fall into it sometimes, myself included. I think you think of people in the public eye, in the public spotlight, and nowhere any more so than the Queen of England. We think of them as almost fictional characters. But it's like, yeah, they do have family, and I'm sure she was very important to a lot of the people in her family and stuff. So that part sucks, yes. Chrome says, even Bezos is coming out against these people. Oh, really? Let me check Chrome's link. This is someone supposedly working to make the world better. Oh, I saw this. This Uju Anya, I heard the chief monarch. Mayor Payne be excruciating. I have to admit, I read a little bit of her timeline after that. I think this Uju person is just a Twitter loser, and I don't care what her education is. The fact remains, she just is one of these people, as far as I'm concerned, posts things for attention. If you post something super controversial, you'll get the attention of people like Jeff Bezos, and you can get indignant and say, and I don't regret saying it because it's true, and this person was, and that, and she's just, it's just a Twitter loser. Nobody to be of any consequence or anything. Wolverine says, at least she outlasts Betty White. 2021 sucked. Yeah, really. Betty White was so awesome. She really was. But like I say, again, she didn't get cheated out of life. 96 years. Glenn says all they talked about was every bad thing the Queen did. Yeah, there's no way you can be a head of state. Excuse me. Even if it's only a figurehead of state and not accumulate a significant amount of enemies. I guess that's impossible. Thomas says, what are your thoughts on the Notre Dame Ohio State game last week? Well, it didn't come out how I wanted. That's for goddamn sure. Very pleased with Notre Dame's defense. very displeased with the play of the offensive line. Because, and again, I understand it. We have a very talented but very young offensive line, and it's going to take them a while to get working together well. It was just tough to start with a young team against a team as good as Ohio State, but very pleased with the defense and a lot to build on from that game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those moral victory people. There was no victory in it. I'm just saying there were things in there that make me feel good about the future. Jill says, hi, Curtis. Hi, Jill. Happy Friday, but not from me. You already know why. Wish I could say, oh, yeah. I'm going to sip some tea to celebrate the Queen's death. Oh, Jill. Yeah. It sucks. It just sucks when you're just, not going into details, but for whatever reason, when you're just having a down day. That's I'll make a video about it sometime. People ask me that all the time, how I stay as up as I do all the time. And this isn't performance art for you guys. I mean, if I was feeling bad, I consider you guys my extended family. If I was doing Free for All Friday and I felt like crap, I would tell you guys that. But I just rarely ever get down. I'll tell you how I go about it sometime, why I very rarely get down. Social Mute says, fun fact, the Queen has reigned for 30% of America since its foundation in 1776. That's bizarre, isn't it, when you think about it? And has seen 14 U.S. presidents and 15 prime ministers. Wow. When you put it like that, wow. I would have never thought of it that way. When you put it in those terms, holy shit. She had a hell of a run. Wow. I didn't know that either. Rover says Queen Liz had the second longest reign of any monarch, with King Louis XIV beating her by 2 years. Wow. I still remember that. That's why I said 16, I think, automatically, as I always flash back to that. Oh, was it Alan Sherman? I think he was the one that did the King Louis XVI song, wasn't he? King Louis XVI was the King of France in 1789. I don't know how much I remember. He was worse than Louis XV. He was worse than Louis XIV. He was worse than Louis XIII. He was the worst since Louis I. Now, that's something important to remember. I never even liked that song, heard it as a kid, and that memory won't go away. Shiku says, you hear about the shit that happened in Memphis, Curtis? No, what happened in Memphis, Shiku? I'm out of the loop here. Is it something that, just happened today? No, I don't. I don't know. Bruce says they should abolish the monarchy and use the people's tax money to fund a Queen Elizabeth and Betty White anime crossover special. I'd watch it. Well, let me ask you, we have a significant number of people from the UK in here today. What are you guys' thoughts on the monarchy? Are you okay with it? Is it something that you think is very important, to England and very important to perpetuate, or are you over it? I'm just curious. Chester says the Queen saw Biden become president. I was like, nah, fam, I'm good. Robert says, hey, he was French and didn't get guillotined. That's got to be something right. He had something going on for him. You're right. Brian says okay. He's okay with it. I'm just curious. That's just, again, I'm not trying to influence anybody either way. I'm just genuinely curious. Lick says, I actively dislike every single royal other than Liz, and now she's gone, so Sodom. Really? That's interesting to me. And I Despise Beans says, well, to be honest, it should have been rid of years ago. We're one of the only countries left with one. That's true. You are. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting to me. And Chrome says, I think the monarchy should be abolished, but I don't have an issue with the Queen as a person. The rest of her family, they can take a bullet in Minecraft. Wow. So Chrome and Licks are basically on the same page there. Wow. That's really interesting to me. See, I've never, in America, you guys know, there's a lot of people that are just fanatical for the royals in England. It's a passion. I never got into it, again, because I just look at it from my perspective, and I actually enjoy history. I'd love to go to England and see the historical sites and everything, but I look at it, my point of view on it would be, and again, I know, I'm first to admit that I'm kind of harsh on things. If it was taking place in America, I'd want them out. It's like, I don't want to support them with my tax dollars. Sorry, I just wouldn't. Let's see, where are we now? Bean says, I'm indifferent towards Liz. Others like Andrew have ties to guys like Epstein. So yeah, Andrew, deep ties. Yeah, that's fucked up. Absolutely. Rover says, I think the monarchy is good for tourism. I hadn't thought about that. I'm sure it is. Oh, I'm sure it is. It's become less important to newer generations, in my opinion. Society has changed enough that I question how long it will last. That's an interesting take to me, Rover. We see a lot of things here in America. My wife and I were just talking about this, as a matter of fact. We see a lot of things that younger generations that were always super traditional here are just, and it's not a knock against younger generations. It's just the nature of things that just aren't as big a deal anymore. Really interesting. Lick says, when you think about it, we're going to be getting a lot more monarchs in the coming decades. Charles is 75, right? So he's got 20 years max after that. Will, who's already 40, so he's going to be up there by then. Jesus Christ. William's, oh, that makes me feel old too. That Prince William's already 40? I remember the hubbub when he was born. Holy crap, that went, Bean says Diana was a different case. She married into it, so everyone rooted for her. Then she probably got whacked for speaking out. That's what a lot of people say. Hydra says, hey Curtis, your Fighting Irish sound like my South Carolina Gamecocks. Defense and special teams are on fire, but offensive line sucked dicks and couldn't protect Spencer Rattler. Yeah, and the bad thing about ours, Hydra, is, I mean, as far as like star ratings and stuff, we got a lot of studs on our line. I mean, South Carolina's had some issues. Well, South Carolina's in a tough place to recruit. You know, you're surrounded by Clemson and North Carolina, NC State, and all these big schools, so it's tough. So at least they have an excuse. They have some work to do. Our offensive line is loaded with studs. They should not be playing that poorly. Again, they're all young, but goddamn. Johnny says, my Bills are off to a decent start. The defense looks pretty darn good. They were my, before yesterday, this was my pick, and yesterday, just a minute, they're my Super Bowl pick to win. They're ridiculous. Josh Allen, I'm a Josh Allen nerd. I'm not even a Bills fan at all. I'm a Josh Allen nerd. That kid can play that fucking position, boy. And he will run your ass over, too. I love that. I love Josh Allen. Torso says, sadly, when they laid the queen in her coffin, rigor mortis had sat in, so she kept sitting back up. Luckily, someone licked the back of her head and stuck her down again. Oh, man, that's terrible. That's terrible. Connor says, let's go Bills. I think they'll do great this year. Yeah. Well, I will tell you guys this. I'd always be willing to share with anybody. I don't know if any of you bet on sports games at all. Over the last several years, I follow college football pretty closely. I've told some of you this before. At the beginning of the college season, over the last several years, I've played online or played in the casinos and done well. Because what happens is at the beginning of the season, college is entirely different than pro. Vegas makes the lines, the fans manipulate the lines. Well, people start betting the college games based on what they saw last year. You cannot do that in college. The turnover is too great. And so you get a lot of skewed lines at the beginning of the year. This year has been, even as those past years went, a significant step up. I'm not going to go into details, but I will tell you this. So far, I have made wagers on 10 teams or 10, over-unders, whatever. I've wagered on 10 possibilities, and I've won 8. So when you're putting them together in parlays and stuff, that can add up fairly quickly. I never thought about that. I don't know how many of you are even interested in something like that, but I'd have to set up somewhere private. I would be willing to share with everybody what I play every week for whatever it's worth. Just with you guys, and it would have to be someplace private. Solara says, the worst British royal we have now is Andy, and him whacking a cell says a lot more about the British royalty than I'd like, especially because, like I said, you wouldn't leave Andy alone with a kid. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but, well, there's no but to that. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, we also have the same type of thing in America. We have royalty here in America in the respect of people being untouchables. Clintons, Bushes, you know. Oh, I didn't even know that, Chrome. So Disney D23 just started today. I forgot all about that. I did know that and I forgot. There will be park announcements and in 20 minutes, Marvel and Disney games. Anything you think may be announced? What I'm hoping for, Chrome, is the return of the dining plan. I like that. It can say, depending on where you eat while you're at Disney World, it can save you a few bucks. Not astronomical savings, but it can save you some money. But the convenience factor is just really, really nice. So I'm hoping they bring that back. And they've been saying since it reopened that it would come back, but they won't give a date. And I'm hoping maybe, too, they might have word on when the Tron coaster is going to open in Magic Kingdom. I mean, the work on it's come a long way. Jay Cruz says, watery poop is slurping down my leg. Yeah, mine too. After a while, you're just like, as an old guy, you're just like, oh, look at that. And then you just go on about what you're doing. Rover said, do you think Andrew will show up to the Queen's funeral? Someone might see him sweat. He didn't go to Phillips. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting question, Rover. I don't know. Can he not? I don't know. Len says the Queen saw the new Prime Minister and after choosing her and was like, well, my job's done. I can finally rest in peace. Oh, Shiku, this is what I asked about. In Memphis, a guy went on a rampage for several hours. Streamed part of it and killed and injured several people. I hadn't even heard that one yet. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell was that one over? I wonder. Here, let me take a look, see if I can see anything about it real quick. Yeah, because I hadn't heard anything about that. In Memphis, you say? Let's see. His Chavannes Memphis shooting suspect was accused of shooting 2 people and recklessly endangering a third in 2020, but took a plea deal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Last year, was convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to 3 years prison, but was released early. His attempted murder and other felony charges were dismissed. Sometimes we ask for it. We have all these people screaming and crying that we incarcerate too many people, and yet we're letting psychos go back out on the street, and then everybody's all aggrieved when they kill somebody. Just from the little bit I read there, that guy was gonna fucking kill people, but we let him out. So we get what we ask for. Jesus Christ. Slow Loud Bangin' says, hi brother, love from Texas. Oh, good to hear from you, my friend. I used to live in New Mexico. You spent a lot of time in Texas. Ivan Defeats says, yo, Curtis, hope you've been well. Third year of college, already kicking my butt. Got the big bad virus during the second week, but we could push. And freaking COVID. It's the people I know, and just my my personal experiences, who have gotten COVID recently haven't had it too bad though. I don't know overall if symptomatically it's been easier, but I've known a bunch of people that have had it recently, and everybody shook it like a minor flu. So I'm hoping that's the way it's trending anyway. Really? I like that, Chrome. Bob Chepek. Bob Chepek is promising it'll be the biggest one yet, which I think he might be being genuine on. He desperately needs to get Disney's numbers up. The parks are really that down. Oh, they're down. They're down, Chrome. I've been following for it. It's funny because my wife and I, watch things Disney all the time. I've been telling her that you're going, and I said it'll just last for another month for Chrome. Right now, Chrome, all through October, all the reservation days, except for October 10th, which is a holiday, are all green, which means the parks are, that's a good indicator that it's not going to be super packed. And the 10th is, what is that? How is it? It's Veterans Day, right? November? Or in October, I mean. I can never keep them straight which one it is. But anyway, that one holiday, Hollywood Studios, has no more availability, but that's it. Rest of the month is clean, so is all of September, so. Wick says, well, let's be real. We should feel most sad for those two remaining corgis. They must be so upset. Yes. Yes. Solara says, I do not understand how a lot of people who went to Epstein's place aren't in prison. I mean, logically speaking, even if they didn't harm individuals while there, they knew even royals like Andrew. Oh, Solara, I mean, we can take it a step farther. You had to have gotten some information from Epstein from his arrest, I'm assuming. I feel confident. And then what's-her-face, his accomplice there, her name's gone out of my mind, just got convicted, and you know they had lists. You know there were log files. And nothing is being made public. And unfortunately, we as a society go, they're hiding something. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do. They should have their goddamn feet held to the fucking fire until they make it known who was visiting that island. I don't give a fuck politically what side of the aisle you're on or anything. If you were a regular visitor to Epstein Island, we got a fucking problem with you and you need to be investigated. But it'll never happen. Never happen. No freaking way. Not with the amount of power of the people on those lists. Chrome says, I'm hoping the park numbers stay that low, because I really would like a nice, relaxing park experience. Also unrelated, but have you seen the Disney hotel deals? They have deals for Christmas Day. Yeah. Disney, they always put out deals, and some of them are really good. And Chrome, anytime you want help, I'll let you know. I can tell you the best ways to navigate your day if you want to get a lot of attractions in, whether you're using the what the hell they call it, the plus thing, the reservation system or not. But if you want any tips or anything like that at any point, just let me know. Ghislaine Maxwell, that's it, Rover. I'm surprised Ghislaine Maxwell is still around. Those names should have been out. It's the most obvious cover-up ever. Absolutely. It's ridiculous how little power we have against a known issue. You're 100% right. There's no question about it. And I've told you guys, I am the furthest thing from a conspiracy theorist. I think most current conspiracies, not all, most are ridiculous bullshit based on nothing. But it is not a conspiracy theory to say that Epstein didn't kill himself, because come on, all the evidence points to that being exactly the fact. And it is absolutely unthinkable, unimaginable that we do not have names, a list of names of people that were regular flyers to Epstein Island. That's just so egregious. It's amazing. Jill says, for fuck's sake, my coworkers keep talking about what's trending today. They're like a broken record. Should I just go here instead? You should always come hang out with us instead, Jill. Always. Brother, he says, definitely go to Magic Kingdom on the first day. That's must-see attraction. Then afterwards, head to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Well, a lot of it depends, too, on, Brother, on your group and you know what people are interested in. It even changes for us depending on if it's just me and my wife or if we're bringing the grandkids. And, you know, so, again, it all depends on the interests of your group, because you only have a limited number of days and you want to be able to do as many things as possible. So sometimes you have to juggle your schedule a little. Really? Mr. Host says that new Pinocchio remake is really bad but funny. Is it funny? Because I'm thinking of watching that. I haven't seen it yet. My wife will, of course, anything Disney, she'll watch with me. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But even if it's bad, if it's funny, I'll check it out. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Bean says, I'm fine with the cover-up of Epstein killing himself. Who's going to lose sleep over him? Oh, no. Nobody's going to lose sleep over that scumbag. What I mean is, we should know who did it, though. Because whoever had him killed, whoever set all those wheels in motion for those guards to just have not done their rounds and those cameras to have malfunction and all this happy horse shit, whoever put that in motion is somebody that needs to be investigated deeply. That's what I was thinking, Big Green. Maybe that's what he means. It's kind of funny bad, because I'd watch that. Stan says, Curtis, can't wait till you go back to One Piece. Me either. The late start chapters have been absolute batshit crazy. It's an exciting time as a One Piece fan. Yeah, I'm anxious. I can't wait myself. Rover says, have you watched any of the newer Marvel content, like She-Hulk? I've heard it's questionable. That's what I've heard too. And I actually liked She-Hulk in the comics, but what I've seen of the trailers and the little snippets of She-Hulk, I have zero interest. None. It's not nearly as interesting to me as the She-Hulk from the comics was. Really? Oh, that's too bad, Willie. Willie says, I haven't heard a single good thing about the new Pinocchio. Ah, that's too bad. Ah, shit. Irene says, from Disney, I'm hoping for a look at Insomniac's Wolverine game. I'm excited for it since it's rumored to be rated mature for that Wolverine brand of violence. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Chrome says, spoilers for Pinocchio. I don't mind spoilers for that. The verse song isn't When You Wish Upon a Star. It's Geppetto singing about his dead son. Wow. Oh, also, Pinocchio may not become a real boy now because acceptance. Oh, Jesus Christ. If Pinocchio isn't allowed to say, I'm a real boy, then I have no interest in the movie. Then it's just, again, that's just way too far an overreach from the political correctness crowd. Chrome says, oh, we'll get Epstein's little black book log eventually. It's only sealed by the courts for 60 years. Not kidding. And that's what pisses me off, Chrome. What right do they have to do that? I mean, what legal grounds do you base that on? I mean, seriously, that's an honest question. That some of the people in that log wouldn't like you to release it? That's all the more reason to release it. What legal grounds do they base that on, sealing that? Just to make sure they can let all the pedophiles be dead before it comes out. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Rover says, bad but funny movies can be great. That's true. Like Sharktopus. I love that trilogy. Or that film about the sentient tire that could kill people with its mind. That one I don't know. Chrome says, I'm booking the Boathouse this weekend. That's one of the few restaurants I haven't been to, but everybody says it's great. I was thinking about asking if you ever went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We have, or whatever the Halloween thing is. It's expensive, Chrome, but to us anyway, worth it. It's a blast. It's a blast, and it has. My wife is a nut for the parades, and it has her very favorite parade. It's fun. The rides, there are not long lines at the rides, and they'll give you a bag. You can trick or treat the entire night. Any age, doesn't matter. They have trick or treat stations everywhere that you can go in line 80 times if you want. They don't care. They encourage you to. You go in, collect all the candy you want. You know, there's snacks and stuff that are all included in the price of admission. It is pricey, but we love it. It's a lot of fun. We have a really good time with it. Yeah. Rover says, I want to be a real redacted. Yeah. I agree, Mortem. I think they should release new stuff instead of messing old stuff up. Yeah, that's been the Hollywood trend for at least 20 years now, is just try and milk old titles for all they're worth. It's like there's no originality anymore. True. Big Green says there's a reason why people love The Room. It's bad, but it's funny bad. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, that has some great moments in it. Oh, hi, Mark. Chrome says, and there's a huge marketing scene in the film where Disney shows all of their IPs into a scene of Geppetto's carvings. Oh, and no smoking or alcohol or bad things in Jackass Land thing. No, I didn't see that, Chrome. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't see that, Lix. She says, so I'm assuming you didn't see the Fruity Pinocchio movie from a few months back, which everyone memed on. No, I didn't. I didn't see that. Chrome says, I'm tempted by that. Is the Halloween party. Need to do more research, so it's like 130ish. Yeah. It's what it is, Chrome. I mean, it's fun. It's a really good atmosphere. Disney does do their parties really, really well. Oh, I can tell you this. My wife is a Christmas nut. And she just loves Christmas, loves the holiday season. And if you ask her which party she likes better, the Christmas or the Halloween, she'll she'd have a tough time deciding, but I think she'd actually have to lean towards a Halloween party. It's just, and it, again, there'll be at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. There'll be a line there, but it won't be a horrible one like there is during the day. And the lesser rides you can just walk on. But then it's just the fun of the party. And again, the parade is magnificent. The fireworks show that they do during the party is an absolute blast. And the trick-or-treating is a lot of fun. And seeing all the kids dressed up and everything, it's a true party atmosphere. It really is. Oh, really, Johnny? Says, I heard they want to do a Hogan's Heroes reboot, which they will 100% fuck up. No doubt. No doubt. Oh, geez. Because they'll have to be too politically correct with everything. Will Schultz even still be allowed to see nothing? No, he has to see something. Oh, no question about it, Big Green. Big Green says, I'm sure there's porno of Pinocchio being a grown man whose dick grows if he lies. It's got to be. Gotta be. I'd bet money on it. Willie says, so I went to court today for the ticket I got for my crash. When I told my supervisor that I couldn't stay late because of that, he flipped out. Don't work at Lowe's. Really? What the fuck is with people? Fuck that guy. Jesus. Lick says, as a gay person, Halloween is my favorite holiday, so that sounds amazing. Oh, Licks, if you're a Halloween nerd, then it's a must-do then. It really is a fun party. It really, really is. And as a Halloween nerd, you would love, like my wife does, even though she's not a Halloween. Well, my wife likes all holidays, but not specifically Halloween. But anyway, you would love the parade, Licks. Yes, if anybody is a Halloween nerd, then even at $130, yes, it's something you need to do if you can afford it. Mr. Host says the Pleasure Island sequence is a nightmare hellscape. Kids smashing everything like they're training for an insurrection. It also has a hate corner where kids holding signs scream into cameras. What the hell? I'll tell you guys, I gotta admit, with Mr. Host and what everybody's saying, you've actually got me intrigued to see how bad it is. You built the intrigue that way. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Chrome says, hey, take a look, Curtis, you won't be disappointed. Okay, hold on, let me check these two links quick. What is this? This may be the most blatant and forced corporate flattery session in history. Wow, work them all in. Jesus Christ. They covered every base, didn't they, Chrome? Let me check the other one. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. For a long shot in the new investigating a massive pile of shit. Direct visual parallel to my experience watching the new Pinocchio. Okay, whoever this Meg Casey is, that was well written. What the... But I'll tell you guys, now it has gotten to the point where all these things that I'm seeing are kind of piquing my interest even more because of how bad it is. I got to admit, I kind of want to jump down into that rabbit hole now. Solara says, I'm a politically correct socialist shill who accepts literally almost everything, but Disney reboots are shit. I mean, look at the Lion King remake, one of the most boring, depressing movies I've seen. Solara, I'm with you. It's unfortunate because they have been. Big Green says, I usually don't hate watch things because I don't believe in giving money to something I'm going to hate, but that sounds wild. Yeah, it does, Big Green. Typically, I mean, if it's a regular level of bad, and you guys have steered me right on a number of occasions with things like that, things that I wanted to see, and you guys are just like, go ahead, but it's not worth it, and then find out that's the case. But when you get to this level of bad, that starts piquing your curiosity a little. Anonymous says, hey, man, are you still at your old place? No, we've been in North Carolina for a couple months now. Yeah, I'm really, really liking it down here. I'll do a, we're still tidying some things up, but I will do a house tour soon. And I got some more things I want to do here in my room. Like I've got some some decorations for the wall, anime stuff, of course, that I haven't put up yet, and I didn't want to do the room tour until I get everything put up. Oh, I forgot to bring it up. I was going to do it before the stream. As you guys saw, recently I got a toga figure, and as you can see, Nezuko figure. We just had to go down to DMV. On the way back, we stopped at this store my wife likes, and there was a comic book store next, and I found a great Nico Robin little figure. And it's downstairs. I forgot to bring it up. I was going to put it up on the shelf for you guys. Well, you guys will see it in the videos coming up, and whenever the next stream is, obviously. Bean says, I'd say creativity died out 20 years ago in Hollywood. Sad, but true. It really seems that way. Chrome says, oh, nice. I'll think it over. I'd probably go to it myself. 130 isn't as bad as I thought, honestly. Again, Chrome, and, you know, obviously I'd be honest with you. If I didn't think it was worth it, I would tell you right away. I don't want you to waste your money. But if it's for me, and having been to it, I've been to it a few times, yeah, I would spend it. I would. For me, I definitely would. It's a fun time. And I like rides, too. It's nice having the ride lines be short. And I will tell you this, too, Chrome. I don't know what your sleep schedule is like, but if you're a ride person, try and schedule your day to where you can stay till the end, because at the parties I've been to anyway, as you get near the final hour, a lot of people just start heading back, you know, because a lot of people have kids and stuff and it's late. They start heading back. So in that last hour, you can usually do rides like boom, 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 boom. So if you can, schedule yourself to be able to stay for the whole thing. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Solara says, how can you fuck up Pinocchio? It's a story of how a doll learns humanity and becomes what he always was meant to be, a real boy. That is a wholesome story of acceptance. So come on, Disney. Yeah. But it's Disney acceptance is fine, but it's now we have so many companies, so many crusaders looking to squeeze acceptance into everything. It's like even places where acceptance already existed, just so they can say, hey, look how accepting we are. And it just gets old when you're bludgeoned with it all the time. Wolverine says, I'm going to head out. My sleep aids are kicking in and I have to work tonight. Okay, Wolverine. Well, thanks for being in, pal. Catch some sleep. Big Green says, you're talking to us, Curtis. We're all sleep deprived. Yes. Looks at sleep schedule. Now there's a word Chrome hasn't heard in a long time. But yes, I have noticed that. Chrome, that last hour, it seems like the lines really, really go down. Oh, wait a minute. Chrome says, you didn't see the Pauly Shore or what's his face lisping gay Pinocchio film from a few years back? That one, I'm not even familiar with that one, Chrome. Usually, if I haven't seen something, I was still aware of it. I don't even know what that one was. No, I didn't know about that one. Chrome says, sleep? Curtis, explain. What does that word mean? I'm awake till like 3, 4 a.m. usually. That's true. Well, I didn't think about that, Chrome, because you guys are 5 hours ahead of me. That's true. And anytime I've done what is for me a late night stream or something, or had something going on late night, Chrome's always with us. That's right. Now that you mentioned, I hadn't put that together. Oh my gosh, how do you do that? Oh, I could when I was young. I'm not young anymore. I don't sleep a lot anyway. I'm up at, well, that's part of the reason why I'm not up late, because I'm up at 5:30 every day, every single day, 7 days a week. I'm up by 5:30 to get started making videos. So I don't get to see wee hours of the morning much anymore, other than when I'm waking up. Mortem says, movie idea. A dad who dies and lives out his dream to become a her. It'll be called Transparent. Wolfpaw says, do you think Putin is close to pressing the big red button? No closer than he has been over the last several months. And you just hope that, well, you never know. You never know what's going on in Russia. We have no idea. We don't know what rumors we get out of there are true, what are false. But you hope the rumors leaning towards the fact that there are a lot of people close to him or higher up in Russia's hierarchy that have just about had enough of him, and you just hope that's the case. You hope. Evgeny, good to see you, pal. Did you forget about the Naruto poll again? Would be cool to see it to the end. I did, and then what happened was, Evgeny, I forgot about it, and then it was so long removed, I'm like, do I bring it back? Because it seemed like nobody was missing it. You're the first person I've had mention it to me again. But you're right. I should bring it back. You are 100% right. We had, I think, just the finals of the first round and the whole second round to go. Solar says, I think Putin is never going to press the big red button. If he tried to, he'd pull the old Russian suicide trick of 5 bullets to the back of the head while being hung. Well, that's what I was alluding to, Solaris. Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I'm hoping for is the case. If he went down that road, there are enough people higher up on the Russian food chain that would say, yeah, that ain't fucking happening, pal. And that would be the end of him. That's what you hope. You hope that they're of the mind that's like, okay, whatever your deal is, if you're sick or whatever, and you don't give a fuck if you die anymore, we do, so go fuck yourself. Johnny says, some city officials in St. Petersburg wrote a letter to the Duma calling for Putin to be charged with high treason. Shit's starting to hit the fan, it seems. Those are some of the rumblings I've been hearing. You hope that's the case. Certainly hope it's the case. Chrome says, stop what you're doing. You have to see Pauly Shore Pinocchio trailer. It's just that good, bad exists. I'll take a look at that. Maybe, if it'll let me. Okay. Let me take a look at this quick, guys. What the hell did it? Oh, it's got... Okay, hold on. I got to fix the link.
There you go. Now, what should we name you? Maybe Leonardo. No, he'd grow up to be a turtle who only cares about pizza. I don't believe my eyes. Your name will be
a TMNT joke? Really?
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
You are too special, Pinocchio. The world is full of people.
What's sad is I like the animation, but the dialogue is absolutely fucking stupid.
Come up with a new act.
Come on!
You thought you knew.
The coach is headed for the cliff. She's gonna fall.
Why would we be putting Pauly Shore in anything at this point?
Are you made of wood? You will become a star, my boy. Ladies and gentlemen, Pinocchio!
I don't want to let too much go with audio here. You never know what they might hit you for. That dialogue sounds absolutely asinine. Sounds absolutely stupid. Golden Freak. I have no idea what you're talking about with RRR. No clue whatsoever. And no, I will, just because it's been spammed is not likely to get me to react to something. Hey, Kyle. Good to see you again, pal. Got you in. DeMarcus Cousin says, can you do reactions to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what they have for standards as far as reactions and stuff like that. I've seen some episodes of it, not in a few years, but I always thought it was really funny. Always liked the blonde in there. I don't know why. She just always cracked me up. Jack says, what madness is happening? Any nip slips yet? I wish. Yeah, Chrome says it's like Pauly Shore and Disney are in competition for who has the worst Pinocchio adaptation. Yokel says, did you know Orochimaru was 55 years old in Shippuden? Madara would have been 100 plus 3. The queen died yesterday at 96. Lick says, can I show you this clip at least since you're probably not going to watch it? Yeah, what is it? Let me get that. Why is that one? Oh, okay, hold on. I got to fix this one.
Mamma mia! It wouldn't buy!
Pinocchio! What have you done? You killed him!
That's terrible. That voice acting was awful. What have you done? You killed him. You just answered your own question, bitch. Robert says, I know you watched Ruby for a little while, but had copyright issues. Did you know they made an actual anime called Ruby Ice Queen? I heard something about that. It's almost like an alternative, same characters, different story. Yeah, the issues I had were Rooster Teeth just, for whatever reason, Rooster Teeth never liked me. It's got to be me, Susan Rooster Teeth. I did everything they asked in the reactions, credited everything the way I was supposed to, put in the disclaimer they asked. And everybody else would, make videos, and I would always have issues. And I contacted them, and everybody else would say, oh, yeah, you contact them. They just take care of it. I contact them, and they're like, yeah, fuck you, fat guy. And they wouldn't respond. So I'm like, listen, you don't want me reacting to your stuff. No big deal. I won't react to your shit. That's all. I just thought it was kind of rude that you can't respond. Your dinner, sir. Dicks. Yeah, Sarah, that was a great moment. Yes, I am hyped for Bleach, Jose. Very hyped for Bleach. Oh, excuse me. Evgeny says, I plan for you to see the last Evangelion episode this month. Damn my government, I still can't send money overseas. I understand, pal. And they banned Patreon too recently. Our opposition uses it to get funds. Oh, really? Really? I understand, pal. Well, hopefully it'll all get worked out somehow, some way. I know I feel bad. I mean, just you guys that are being held detached from things that you enjoy, and certainly that I enjoy having you along with us. Kyle says, are you a fan of the TV series House? I saw a few episodes. I never followed it close. I thought House was I thought he was funny in his curmudgeonly way, but it was nothing I ever followed super close. Oh, Cone says RRR is an Indian movie and taking internet by storm. No, I won't be reacting to that. We're not going to go from Family Guy, Try Not to Laugh to Bollywood. You're talking entirely different audiences there. Jill says, I swear my boss will send someone home early for being unproductive. For the love of God, hopefully not me. I have watched Hellsing Ultimate. Yes, Wolfpaw. I love the abridged and I love the actual series. Yes, we love them both. Love them. Yes, and Spaz did watch Pokemon growing up. I mean, it was never like one of the things that he was fanatical for or anything, but he did watch it. Mr. Host says, disregarding spam, RRR is a film that pairs beautifully with the current British dunking. Favorite movie of the year so far. That good? Really, Mr. Host? Interesting. Like I say, it wouldn't fit really here into what we do. I'm surprised. Alex says, Curtis, when are you going to start reacting to Bollywood movies again? The shit went downhill when you stopped watching them. Well, I told you guys I was working hard on trying to determine how Susan wants things done. And I can tell you that everything in the channel, if I post Try Not to Laughs, which I love doing because they're one of my favorite things to make. But if I post Try Not to Laughs in the vein we've been doing, which is, Family Guy, American Dad, all the regulars, the channel's health skyrockets. As soon as I post anything else, Susan goes, fuck you. And notifications drop. Everything drops. The ads that are placed on the videos, the number of them drop. It's just bizarre. It's like the algorithm has a thing now where it's like, we've decided that your current community likes this, so do this or we're going to punish you. So if you want to try something new, you can't even get that something new out to anybody. Sarah says, what are a shark's favorite 3 words? Man overboard. Oh, the Family Guy reactions are a blast, Wolfpaw. And the funny thing about that is because when I know what's coming, it makes me laugh even harder. We can be having fun with these for a long time because I'm simple. If something's funny to me, I never get tired of it. My favorite comedy movies, Step Brothers, Hot Rod, Happy Gilmore. I've seen all of them well over a dozen times. If something's funny to me, it's always funny. You are so right, Big Green. He says it sucks how much YouTube hates variety, and they do. And it all comes back. I think it all comes back to the almighty dollar, Big Green. I think in Susan's way of thinking and the way the algorithm is programmed is if you post this, more people will watch it. They will watch it longer. That's better for our ads. So you are not to try anything new. Just do this. That's basically what they're telling you. Jack says, I've had 7 Jaeger bombs. Am I drunk or did you just get a real purty mouth? Yeah, those aren't mutually exclusive. It could be both. King of the Hill is fun. Like I say, there's several of these series, Futurama, King of the Hill. Now doing these try not to laughs has made me realize they were even funnier than I gave them credit for. I'm really enjoying them. yes. Yeah, me too, Johnny. Suck my white ass ball. Always makes me laugh. Are you too good for your home? That's what I mean. If something is funny to me, and again, it could be just my simpleton nature, but it's always funny. If I'm flipping channels on the TV, and if one of those movies I mentioned is on the cable stations, I'll leave it there. I'll just watch it again and still laugh. My favorite food, Glenn? Probably pizza. With a good hamburger coming in second. As I told the gang here before, I say that because whenever if we go someplace different, someplace new, one of my favorite things to do is find a pizza place and just see if I can find a good pizza. So the best one we found here is a place called Bricks. It's brick oven pizza down in I forgot the name of that little center. This is one of those. I've told you guys there are certain things that my post-concussion just blocks out certain nouns. Birkdale Village. That name is one that always has a difficult time coming to me. This Birkdale Village is about 20 minutes from us. And it's in that little plaza. It's a really pretty, gorgeous little plaza. And that pizza is amazing. It's really, really good. I was afraid down here because I am such a pizza nut that we wouldn't be able to find it. But I love that pizza at Birkdale. And then I'd never had Papa John's. I actually kind of like Papa John's pizza as a holdover. You know, that's the one where I got a desire for pizza, and it's too much of an inconvenience to get at one of the big pizza joints or the quality pizza joints. So I go to Papa John's, and it does its job. Let's see. Big Green says, speaking of YouTube, this shouldn't have made me laugh because it's absolutely fucking ridiculous, but I couldn't help it. So stupid. Let me take a look. Excuse me, guys. YouTube gave me 3 ads in a row when I noticed they added a stop ads button on the mobile app. It just links to the YouTube premium page. After all the demonetizing shit lately, they have some nerve. Share, stop ads, save. Wow. Holy shit. That's nothing surprised me with them anymore, Big Green. I'm telling you, I honestly believe it's not me, just having a hard on for YouTube for being a dick to me. I honestly believe, like what I described, why we have to do certain videos, it's all based in money. That part isn't even directed specifically at me. It's because they know that the try not to laughs are popular, so they get good views, and people tend to watch them almost all the way through. That's what they need for ad revenue. And they're like, no, you can't try something new. We just do this thing that makes us money. And if I'm like, well, and my thought is, well, if you actually show our community, give them the opportunity to see the other things I do, maybe they'll like that too. And they're like, no, we know they like this. You stop being creative. Yeah. Big Green says they should have called the stop ads button the give us money button instead. 2 on the nose for them. Kyle says, here's a nice piece of shit. He's going to shit when he realizes it's shit. And Chrome says, oh, wow, Bob Chapek was apparently booed on stage at D23 already. He said, oh, he's entirely hated Chrome. Because I still go on some, the Disney World fan sites and stuff like that, and he's just despised. With good reason. He's fucked that thing. He's the first person to hold that position that, to me anyway, is not a true Disney man with Walt Disney's vision of what the place should be. And that's he gets what he deserves, and that I hope he gets fired soon. I'm hoping this downturn at the parks will be the excuse they can get rid of him. All right, guys. Well, I got to go. Hey, thank you for the stream. Again, apologies for not streaming regularly. It's just really, really been busy lately. But Free for All Friday, we were busy today, but that's what I told my wife. I said, doesn't matter what else goes on. Free for All Friday streams will ride. And why will Free for All Friday streams ride? Because otherwise I get too backed up with sticky stuff. I got enough fucking problems at my age. I can't have a sticky stuff backup. But it's been a week. So, this sticky stuff, it's been bottled up. It's been ready to go. And as much as my 60-year-old forces can come into play, it's going to splooge magnificently. So be prepared. Here it comes. Oh, wait. R2, RD2 joined the Size Doesn't Matter. Thanks. Hey, thanks for joining up with us. Thanks for being with us. You're just in time. You're about to get some exquisite sticky stuff. Everybody ready? Come on. I just like to give you guys, that moment of anticipation. Oh, it's going to be glorious. Pompu, pompu. Sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. It's burning my hands. It's coming out of it so fast. Sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. Oh, and as always, most importantly, and it is beyond exquisite every day. Goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.